Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to One Piece chapter 1174, as you guys probably saw on the title. And I have heard that this chapter is a big one. I've had a lot of people message me saying, you know, make sure you don't get spoiled, Dak, or let me know when the reaction is, or that kind of thing. So I don't know what it is. I'm completely unspoiled. I've seen nothing. But I do know I was given plenty of warnings, so yeah, very much looking forward to this. No idea what's in store, other than, you know, maybe something building off the last chapter or two, or, you know, something like that. But either way, I'm very much looking forward to it. And before I get into the super chats, I just want to say real quick that my internet's been kind of screwy this week. Like, it's kind of just cut out randomly here or there, which isn't normal. I know I've had stream issues before, but not these kind of internet issues, so I'm gonna hurry up and try to get into the reaction as fast as I can. And if the stream does cut out at any point, you know, we should have a break after this, so I'll have all week to like do another stream to make up for any missed super chats or any missed discussion points or whatever. So just FYI, if it cuts out, sadly, that's just my internet's just been weird. So I will come back, you know, in a few days or something if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't though. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up. So real quick, I did see that there was some super chats, but before I get to those, I'm going to go ahead and gift 5 free memberships from YouTube. I just noticed it was a new month, so I still have 5 more to gift for the next stream. Actually, yeah, the next stream will be 2 weeks, so it'll still be February, so yeah, we're going to do it in a couple weeks. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of these super chats that you guys sent before we even started here. Kush Daddy with a 25-month member message. So Fresh, So Clean, or Roses by Outkast. Oh man, I should have done the research here. Outkast is goated. I'll say that much. Between those songs, I have to think, because the big one is Hey Ya, right? Hey Ya. That one's goated. That one, everybody knows that song. I don't know the other songs. You know what? Here, I know I said we had to hurry up for the stream, but you know what? Let me get a quick refresher. Oh, I remember So Fresh, So Clean. That one's goated. Just, it's kind of hilarious, you know. I don't remember Roses at all though. Let's see. It'll probably come to me once I click through. I remember this one part of the song towards the middle. I'm definitely going the other one. What was the name of it? So Fresh, So Clean. I'm going So Fresh, So Clean. The thumbnail also has him brushing his teeth, and it reminds me of My Shiny Teeth in Me, which is like the goated song ever. So definitely going that one. Thank you, Kush. 25th Slayer with the $2 super chat, 10 out of 10. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing from everybody it's a 10 out of 10. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Quanidin also said 10 out of 10 chapter easy. You also said, how's your day going, Dak? Honestly, really slow. I wanted to get to this earlier, but I was really dragging my feet. I had a lot of like orders to put together on eBay and stuff like that from last night, and it took me way longer than I thought. So it is what it is, but we're here now. I was also hoping to go walk the dogs before this, but we didn't make it. But, you know, they're out there still in the yard having fun, because now it's not freezing cold with snow everywhere, so now they're not, like, freezing out there. So they're happy, at least. Missing... Hold on, I can't see the full name. Why is that? Oh, Missing Jules. I should have known. I should have known that. Missing Jules, appreciate you with the $5 super chat. Made it just in time. Cheers to you, Dak, and everyone in the chat. Thank you very, very much. I am really looking forward to this. Just based off how many people have shown up, or like I said, messaged me to make sure they showed up. This has to be a big chapter. I don't know if it's because there's a theory that I got right or wrong, or if it's just a big moment in general. I have no idea, but either way, I'm pumped. Reese Lucas with the $5, the Lonely Mage. What's up, Dak? Wabbit season or duck season? It's definitely on this channel. It's Wabbit season every season. You should know that. You should know that. You know, I mean, no disrespect to the Carrot fans, but it's always Wabbit season around here for sure. Appreciate you. I love the What's Up Dak, What's Up Doc. Connection. Also, oh, never mind. I was about to say thank you for some gifted memberships. But that was me. I forgot I did that. Thank you, YouTube. Also, Lonely Major said, "Screwy internet sounds like a screwy wabbit at play." Dude, you already know. It's always Carrot's fault. You know, it's always Carrot's fault. Cloud Lizard with the $5 again. Dude, thank you guys so much for donating even before the stream starts. Seriously, thank you. Glad to make it this chapter. So much brewing. I've got thoughts. TGIF, happy Valentine's Day, Dak and everyone. That's right. It is Valentine's Day tomorrow, which is awesome. So, happy early Valentine's Day to you all. I hope you guys have some fun plans. If you don't, I believe, what's today? Today's Friday, so tomorrow is like the dunk contest, right? And the 3-point contest. So if you don't have any Valentine's plans, you know, you can go watch Spida Mitchell in the 3-point contest. So definitely check that out if you want. RQ, member for 15 months. What up, Dak? Great chapter, 9 out of 10. Mr. Bushido, member for 35 months. Prepare to cry. Really? Okay, dude. All right. Dude, what's in this chapter? Y'all got me so pumped. Friend Harper with the $5. Just with a super sticker that says Haya with the Shiba Inu here. Thank you very much. One of the cutest dogs of all time, by the way. I mean, all dogs are cute, but also XL Beanboy with the 5 gifted memberships. This time it was actually somebody else. I didn't mistake me in YouTube for somebody, but Beanboy, the GOAT. Thank you very, very much, brother, for the 5 gifted memberships. Shout out to everyone who just got a membership. W's in the chat for Beanboy. Also, if you just got a membership or if you're a member in general, go check out the community tab because I just posted last night, pretty late last night, I'll be honest, about the next TCG giveaway because it's going to be about, or maybe it was 2 nights ago, I can't remember, but either way, it's going to be, because I'm doing the giveaway for the next set, which is the waifu set. So if you're a member and you want to get some free cards potentially, or, you know, enter for some free cards, make sure you go check out that post for sure. We're opening at least 1 box. I'm trying to get 2. I don't know if you guys saw, but the prices are crazy. But OPTCG or Bandai, whatever, they also just announced that they're doing reprints for OP13 and this new set. So that's pretty exciting. So hopefully prices come down a little bit. But either way, thank you, Beanboy. Appreciate you as always. Kuya Pixels with a 29-month member message, one of the GOATs as well. 11 out of 10 chapter for me. Hype, hype, and hype. I feel like you usually stave off from giving 10 out of 10s. At least that's what my brain's telling me. I can't remember. So the fact you're going 11 out of 10 and everyone else is saying 10 out of 10 or minimum 9, this got to be a big one. This got to be a big one. And then Mr. Bushido with the €2. Duck season, dislike the stream. That's funny. That's funny. You know, Bushido is the #1 Carrot fan, maybe in the world, definitely here on this channel and in the Discord for sure. Also, Schmunky9924, you said Pistons fan here. How do you feel about the Garland trade? I love Darius Garland. Very sad that he's gone. I'm always going to be a fan. The Clippers are now my second favorite team, bar none. You know, save for the whole aspiration scandal, but Darius was after that, so it's fine. But it objectively makes the Cavs better. The Cavs are very spooky. I feel way more confident about winning the title now with Harden. Just because Garland's hurt all the time. Harden's bigger. There's a lot of things there, so... he also has a chip on his shoulder because he's never won, and Spida needs to get out of the second round, and I just think that's pretty cool. So, super excited about the Cavs. Can't wait to see. They play the Thunder, I think, next week, right? Next weekend, so that'll be fun. Mr. Bushido with the €2. No lie, I'm not a crier, but this chapter hits, dude. This has to be a big one. This has to be one for the ages. If you're serious about crying, this has to be real. This has to be real. Also, Dilcor with the carrot emoji and then the trash emoji. We love it. Knack Talk with the Canadian $5. And this is the last one. And then we're actually going to get into the chapter. Thank you all very much. We're already 10 minutes in. I told myself I was going to start right away in case there's lag. But, you know, you guys are showing the love. So I got to reciprocate, especially, you know, the day before Valentine's. But hopefully there is no internet issues and then we're good. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. But, Knack, you said, what up, everybody? Dak, your Foxy deck is going down. Yeah, guys, if you, I think I told you guys I'm starting to play the TCG, so I got the Foxy deck in the purple deck box, of course. It's not done. It's not done, like, in person. Actually, I got to be careful here to not show you guys any important information, but, all right. right here, I got a bunch of orders. I don't want to flip them. I'm like scared, but you guys can see I got a bunch of orders because I've been buying my cards to build some decks here. So the Foxy cards are in there somewhere. But we're gonna have to play on the OPT or on the sim, and we'll see. We'll see. But thank you guys. Thank you all for all your generosity. Seriously, I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and actually get into the chapter now. So I did see that the title was The Strongest in the World, which is mega hype. Obviously, if immediately made me think of like Kaido, strongest creature in the world. Is this maybe some Loki hype? Or Whitebeard? Like we get these titles about how strong people are. I don't know who this. I would think Loki just to make the Kaido parallel, but either way, we'll see. Here we got Roger with a dinosaur. Cover request by Tokomon. Roger takes a stroll and tames a Tyrannosaurus like a puppy. And he also has Roger's hat on. I'm a big fan of this just because it just looks cool. I think this is some really awesome art. This is awesome. I also just looked in the chat. I shouldn't do this, but I did look over in the chat. And RQ, you said Roger on Little Garden. You know, obviously, like I feel like every week, I'm not really sure how much weight we should put on these for, theories or, other canon stuff. But some of these recently have been pretty crazy. Like the one with the two swans and the straw hat and stuff. So maybe this is a little bit of foreshadow or like, a glimpse into him there one time or something, because I'm sure he would have gone there, right? Because did we learn that he met Dorian Broggie? Obviously, Shanks is friends with them, so he would have. Is it because they visited there? I can't remember. I think maybe in the flashback they did. But either way, I think it's very cool that we're getting this stuff. This probably would have been on Little Garden, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe one day we'll learn that this did actually happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Excuse me. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and get into the real chapter here. Okay, so we're picking up right where we left off last chapter. I'm all over the place. A blunder in the end game. This is bad. That damn dream demon. And it's not just the ship. All those sea clouds got blown away with it. Okay. Now I'm curious, is that trying to think of like why that's so important? Is it because like they can't put another ship there? Like now the dock's ruined, maybe, is what they were thinking. Like, I don't know if they had another ship, but I don't know. What a mess. And I can't stop the arrow's effect. The brats will fall and splat themselves against the mountain face. Oh, is that why? Because if the clouds aren't there, then the kids are just going to fall right through, probably. That makes sense. And I guess it's true they can't bring a ship now either, at least at this port. But still, I think the kids are it. Gunko, you gotta stop the kids. We need to call off the plan for a bit. It's no use. Lord Emu's in there right now, not her. You could read into that a lot of ways, I feel like. We have to free them from this arrow. So now is it almost like the parents and Summers are on the same side in a way, where like they both need to stop the kids? What's this made of? I'm not leaving a scratch. Daddy, Mommy, save me. That's useless, you fools. If that were possible, I'd be doing it myself. And so, is that Summers talking? Those parents are trying to protect their children, but the thorns won't let them touch the brats. But the way things are going, they'll soon be forced to watch the kids careen to their deaths. Oh my. What a juicy way to die. Yo, I feel like we say this every week. But this man needs to get cooked. Of all the God's Knights, this man, Summers they're all bad, right? They're all terrible people. I mean, there's no saving them, they're all in the mud. But Summers is the deepest in the mud, for sure. I mean, he is completely covered by it. This man. The Oda drawing the panel this way to make him look like such a sicko is crazy. Such a freak. I hate this guy. I absolutely hate this guy. That panel's crazy. That panel... Oda it's like you can tell how much he's like enjoying this, right? Like, my God, wow. Hey, wait, this kind of works out. Since Gunko is being controlled, the Great One's technically responsible for this. We can always snatch more brats afterward. So that's kind of crazy right there. So he's like, now he knows he won't get in trouble for this because Imu's the one not stopping them, which is like, it's interesting to think of it that way, right? That like Imu's making a mistake. I think that's just interesting for like a responsibility perspective too. So he like doesn't get in trouble. It's interesting. Also shout out to everyone who's rolling in. I saw a few people say caught a live one. Yeah, we're still at the very beginning, so thank you guys for pulling up. I heard this was a big one. I can hear it now, the sweet sobbing screams of their dear parents as they plummet. This is gonna be so touching, dude. What a freak. Attention brats and PTA members alike. Okay, what was the actual translation there? Did they PTA members? There's no, like, that's hilarious. But I know the original was, there's no way the original was that, you know? That's just the way they interpreted it, but that's hilarious. Our initial plan to ship the Tykes off safely to the Holy Land has run into an unforeseen snafu? Is that how you say that? The ship and the cloud layer have been wiped away. So to be blunt, you kids are about to fall to your deaths. What? And look at this. Like, the kids are literally walking down these steps, like, to the plank. Like, we kind of saw this earlier with Ronya, I think, right? Where she was, like, you know, she was, like, yelling out to all of Elbaf, like, she was walking the plank. Now it's kind of that again. So they're redoing it. There's nothing there. It's almost comical. I know. You've come so far to find a morbid finish line ahead. Huh? We're just gonna march off the edge like this? We'll fall if we keep going. If giving up my arms is the only surefire way to stop them, then so be it. Grandpa Oimo. So now he's just, you can kind of see it too. You can see like the spikes sticking through his arms and stuff. Damn. You can see like one of the giant, it made me think Frankie because of his helmet, but it's definitely not Frankie. But they're trying to pull back on the rope and everything. Man. So Oda's really building up this moment, man, with the kids. And it's kind of sad in a way. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get saved, but it's kind of sad in a way where, like, the parents attempt at saving them by, like, defeating the Nika dream nightmare thingy. That actually, like, opened up this hole, so, like, it ended up hurting them in a way. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I like the way Oda set this all up. Unfortunately, there really is no way to stop this. What is that bastard Summers doing? We finally got all of the brats to the harbor. Damn it. Alright, so Oimo is already down. It's hurting. Oh, wait, he's still holding on, but is he getting, like, dragged along? Oh, wow. It's hurting you. Let go, Grandpa Oimo. Please forgive me. So he's cooked. So there's, like, they're really trying everything to save these kids. Man. It seems we really can't do anything while the arrow is around. There's no way to stop the kids. So we can't save them? No way. You expect me to watch my own child plummet to death? If they fall into the realm of the dead, we won't even be able to recover their bodies. Those demons are screwing with us, dude. And Summers is just laughing the whole time. Man, who's gonna cook this guy? Because, like, the way Oda's building this up, Summers is gonna get cooked this arc. He is, because I mean, we already saw him lose to, like, you know, like Rayleigh during God Valley, and then Scopper earlier this arc, but he didn't, like, actually die or anything. He just kind of got defeated. So I don't know. I don't know who it's gonna be. I feel like the way that he's, like, taunting kids makes him definitely, like, a good Nami opponent. And he also has orange hair, so maybe there is an Oikot angle, and that's it. Because, like, you know, I feel like Nami is the most, like, motherly Straw Hat in that way. But also, like, Nami beating a God's Knight's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going before I think about that too much. I just want Summers to get cooked. I must have done something bad. This is divine punishment, isn't it? Huh? I was always told that too. When I got in trouble, me too. If only I was a good boy, You guys really think we're gonna die because we're bad? I love Colin being the captain, you know, the kind of the realist. What? No way. I'll be a good kid from now on, I promise. Save me, help. I'm sorry. Damn, in summer, I can't get over the paneling that Oda's doing for Summers. Like the way that he is just these images that he's drawing of Summers, dude. Like that first one was maniacal, and then this one here in the bottom right, where he's like lifting up the sunglasses. What a freak. I won't do anything bad anymore, ever. Even Colin's now, it's, you know, he's calling out, like, he feels like he has no choice, right? He's trying to find some kind of salvation here. The sun god pays special attention to naughty kids, you know. But like I said, I won this in a duel, and we got an Emeth toy? Wait, where'd that come from? You guys see that? An Emeth toy? A little robot toy? What is that? Also, shout out to Gigi's Boxcar with the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you very much. One of the goats of the channel for sure. I also saw you said with the 15-month member message, chapter made me need a Red Bull and a cigarette. I'm feeling the same way. I haven't even gotten to the end yet, so that might even be more so what you're referring to. But I'm already kind of feeling that way with this. Like, Oda's doing a really good job of building this up, you know. I love the Emeth toy there, though. The strong should look out for the weak. Now, go and apologize. Oh, is she the one who he took it from? Or oh, no, these are different stories. Okay. Why haven't you cleaned your plate? Do you hate my cooking that much? No. I just hate carrots. This is Ilva, right? This is Ilva. Ilva is the goat. Ilva knows. Ilva knows that we don't like carrots, you know? Ilva. That is Ilva, right? I think that's her. What a goat. What a goat. What a goat. How many times have I told you not to take your father's sword? So now they're thinking about all the times they've done something wrong because they think this is divine punishment from Nika. But obviously a lot of the things they're talking about aren't even that bad. It kind of reminds me of like... It reminds me of like kids wanting to be good to get presents from Santa Claus, right? It feels like that vibe for sure. I hate you, Grandpa. You and your savage pirate crew stink. Why are you lying again? Oh my God. And also they're very... like straw hat paralleling right now, right? Because this girl has a long nose and the mom's like, why are you lying again? I can't protect you if you lie to me, you know? Very straw hat coded. You know, I think we talked about this like earlier when the kids first kind of got rounded up and stuff. And I don't know. I think this is so cool. I don't know if that's like worth a video on its own, but I think that's so cool. Why did you bring my homework with you? I forgot it on purpose. I didn't do it. So is that supposed to be like, he's supposed to be like the Frankie, right? And so I guess he's like smart, and that's where that's going. I love that. I love that. I don't want to die. Mommy. All right, so now he's calling for mom instead of dad, like last time, remember with Scopper? Huh? Colin, come here. Ripley? Oh, man. Dude, that's... Wow. That is such a powerful panel. She's not even, like, in pain. You know, I mean, she probably is in pain, but she's not even showing it, right? Like, she doesn't even want Colin to be scared. Bro, that... I need a Red Bull. I need a Red Bull and a cigarette like Gigi right now. Wow. Is this what y'all were talking about? Wow. This is one of the... I don't know. This is such a powerful panel, I feel like. Like, I'm so moved by this. Bro. Come here. I'm sorry. I can't stop you from moving, but I can do this much at least. But if you don't let go, you'll die too, Mom. I'm okay with that. It's better than letting you die alone. Aw, who's cooking Summers, man? Oda, please. Oda. And all the parents are grabbing the kids now. Nah, man. That's... Oh, man, I can't. Oda, I can't take it. I can't take it, dude. I can't take it. I can't take it. That... I don't even know what to say. I can't take it. Mama, Mommy, Grandpa, Mom, Ma? And you see Summers just laughing and crying over here because he's just enjoying it. It's okay. We'll be fine. I just know it. We'll be saved. Ronya, with the positivity. I can't take... Oda, why, bro? Why? Like... man. Like, we just met these kids at the start of the arc. You know, we've kind of grown attached to them, but they haven't like been that much of a focus where like we know them personally or anything. But the way that Oda's doing this love thing with the parents protecting them despite the pain and all this, and Summers with the reactions, Oda, I just, man, why you got to do this to us? You know, why? It's too much. When I was getting warnings about what's going on this week, and there's more here, so who knows what I'm about to see, but. When I was getting warnings this week about not getting spoiled, this was nowhere near my radar. Like I was going through all sorts of theories in my head. Like, could it be this theory? Did I get this wrong? Did I get this right? Is it this thing? Are we getting this reveal? Like, I went through all the thoughts because when this many people are messaging me, I know there's something big. I didn't think about this a single time. Ronya being the goat will be saved. Right? Ronya, you did great back there. Papa. Bent. Mommy. What scares me the most? My mommy. Oh my god, it's the mom that... Oh, Jesus. Sometimes Oda just... I don't even know what to say. You guys know what I'm thinking and feeling. I can't even get through the dang chapter, man. I'm sorry I said you were scary. I don't mind being scary. Your fierce mommy lives to protect you, bro. The mom looks like Ivankov or somebody. I don't know. The mom, perfect design for like a mommy that like the kid is saying looks scary and stuff, but I don't know. It's funny and emotional at the same time. That's why One Piece is goated. I can't even get through this. Oh my god. It's so good, guys. Oda's cooking so hard. So I remember when Ronya was on the plank and she was like, I forget what she was saying, like, don't burn the stuff down. I loved going to school or whatever she was saying. Like, Oda was cooking there too. Same thing, bro. I haven't gotten this emotional about a One Piece chapter in a long time. It must be nice having parents like these. Don't worry, I'm here for you. Oh my god. You're not my mom. Johanna. Miss Ange. Here we got Ange. Going for the one who doesn't have parents. Because nobody was there to protect her. Bro, I can't do this. I can't. Oda, you can't do this to us. Oh my god. Where did the onions come from? I saw somebody bring up onions in the chat. Chinho Wong. Who brought the onions? I went to the grocery store 2 days ago, and I did not buy any onions. Who brought them? Somebody must have put onions in those TCG player orders that I showed you guys. That's the explanation. That's the problem. Straw Hat AP and Trader Theorist in Shambles. Shout out Sai. Sai gave up on the agenda a while ago, but now, oh, that that agenda is completely done. Oh my god. All these parents just getting stabbed up so that at least their kids aren't alone and falling to their death. Clearly they're going to get saved somehow. Can't take it. Stay away from my school. It's embarrassing enough having a total nerd like you for a brother. Oh, we about to have the Roto, I don't even know what you want to call it, glow up. I can be more discreet so they won't notice me. Divine punishment, huh? Bjorn Tasso. I'm fine. It doesn't hurt. Brother. Oda, you have cooked so hard with Elbaf, man. Like, Roto redemption is so true. It's hard. I mean, look, he's always going to be kind of in the mud for me based off the start, but that does a lot of work in helping the agenda. Look at them. Those worthless scraps are tumbling into the abyss. My heart is quivering. What a touching story. If you just let them fall, you'd only be down 10 brats. Those parents are stupid. Their love made them choose to die with their kids. I have butterflies in my stomach. What beautiful, meaningless deaths. Yeah, no way. Oh, wait. Oh, hold. Before I even continue, I see... Well, obviously it looks like the kids are getting saved. But I see some spikes in the back. And I think this is going to be Loki, isn't it? Is this about to be a Loki reveal? Is he about to save the day? Is Loki about to be the hero? Is that, or is it something else? It's probably that. Or just another creature, maybe? Colin, where are we? I don't know, Mom, but we're all safe. Mom. Oh, no, so is this... Oh, wait, so is it Luffy on some... Okay, hold on. I call that one Gum Gum Rice Cracker Belly. Anyways, you're kind of digging into me, so get off. What? Luffy? Hey, you. As soon as we land... Oh, yep, so it's Luffy riding on the back of Loki. This is... Oh, he's got the Nidhogg fruit, doesn't he? Are we about to get the reveal? It's definitely a dragon at this point. This is dope, bro. This Luffy and Loki saving the... Oh, man. Oda. 10 stars, man. 10 stars for this. This is Momonosuke and Luffy all over again from Wano. Hey, you. As soon as we land, I want you to hop off my back, you hear? I don't want you meddling in my fight. Did he say back? You guys just came falling down on us out of nowhere. Good thing we were passing by. I didn't sign off on this. I'm the Great Destroyer. I'm not responsible for anybody's safety. Now let's move. I love this dynamic because it's like Loki wants to be thought of as like a, you know, really strong destroyer type, almost evil, like, you know, that kind of thing, but he is a good guy at heart, and it's like here he can't even help but save people because he's just good-natured, even though he like is trying to play off being a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Oda, genuinely 10 stars. Like this is so good. Is it snowing? That's so sudden. Again, going back, we talked about this even before Loki had his fruit. They was snowing all the time when Loki was involved in stuff in the flashback. So, even more proof for that. Is it snowing? That's so sudden. Wait, was that thunder? It's Loki for sure. What? The tree is shifting? And it's cool they say that because what was it? Because Nidhogg chews at the roots of Yggdrasil, and like during Ragnarok, the tree shakes and stuff, so I think that definitely ties into it. You can also see the music notes because of the drums of liberation. What is that beat? All of Elbaf is shaking. Man, I can't even. I got that chapter was too much. Hold on. Let me get prepped here. I know we're about to see something big. I can feel it. I can feel it. This is a big moment in the manga. This episode is going to cook. On a curious day when thunder and snow both flurry, a giant beast shall appear to blot out the skies. The drums of liberation will boom out. What? We see Imu looking over. By the way, before I continue, I just want to say, Brook has been holding off Gunko / Imu this whole time. Brook top 1, I'm just saying. Oh my god, bro. Whoa, what a panel, man. And the drums of liberation will boom out, and the sun god will rise. And we got Luffy laughing. Look how big you got. Now this is going to be funny. And we got Ragnar with the squeak. The hour of Elbaf's liberation has come. Shout out Rapo in the chat. You were saying exactly what I was thinking. Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. This guy could go. This is like the advanced version of like Red Eyes Black Dragon or something. But wow, guys. 10 out of 10 chapter. All right. I want to make that clear. Maybe even 10.5, maybe 11. If it is a 10, it's because it reset the scale again. Amazing chapter. Amazing chat. Like start to finish, top tier chat. This is like the perfect epitome of why One Piece is so goated. Start with the emotional stuff with the kids. I'm pretty much crying here with kids that I barely even know from this arc and parents that I barely know saving their kids. Top tier. And then that parlays into them, falling to their death with their parents and all that. But no, it's Luffy and Loki into the reveal of Loki's fruit, which is a giant dragon, as many people have theorized. I did a video on it on this channel as well. We didn't get the actual reveal of the name. I feel like this is definitely the Nidhogg at this point. It fits the complete build that we're looking for. And honestly, there's a lot of things here that actually build off what I was saying in my video. Like I said, he might be he's always a spiky dragon in mythology, so that wasn't like anything crazy. But I said he might kind of look like Zapdos a little bit. He kind of does, like with the spiky feathers or whatever you want to call them. That's what we saw a few chapters ago whenever he like had the spikes come out right after he ate the fruit. That was it. This is 10 out of 10. Like the way that this is ending. Also, look how big of a moment this is for Elbaf. We're here with Imu. And all these nightmares are here, and then that's when we're getting Loki to show up at the perfect time. Like they said, the hour of Elbaf's liberation has come. Genuinely, like, one of the best chapters I've ever read. And I know, I feel like I say that a lot. I have, because the last, like, Elbaf's been peak, so it is what it is. But this genuinely, going from, like, the emotional highs, or, well, emotional lows in certain ways, but highs or lows, however you want to look at it. And then to this reveal, and like Luffy's even on his back. Seriously, I can't say enough good things about this chapter. I see why everyone was hyping this chapter up. I see why y'all wanted to make sure you were here. Shout out to everyone for not spoiling me. Thank you very, very much. Oh my god, man. Wow. I'm genuinely like I don't even know what to say. I'm like in another world right now. This is so good. This is just so good. RQ in the chat. Brooke, go handle Imu. Yeah, that's what's going on. That might have been earlier. I think my chat might have I think my chat might have froze here. I'll try to fix that. But didn't freeze on stream, but on my end it did. But yeah, wow. Again, I can't say enough nice things, man. Oh man. All right, I got the chat back. I know there's a lot of super chats. I will be getting to those shortly. A couple more things I want to say. if you guys look in the background of this big panel with Loki, and Luffy and Ragnar, don't forget Ragnar. We got to make sure we shout him out. But like, see how all the nightmares are just getting cooked in the background? There's like lightning coming down everywhere. They're like, all of the nightmares are scared. Like, Loki is just, I don't know. And like, seeing this form now and then going back to like a few pages ago when he's like, hey, I didn't sign off on this. I'm the destroyer. I'm not responsible for anybody's safety. It's like Loki, you might be a badass, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh dragon, but like, you're actually a good guy, and he's gonna slowly warm up to it. I think like that might be kind of Loki's gag for like the rest of the story if he does become a Straw Hat, which I hope he does, especially at this point. Also, he says, "Look how big you got." Like Luffy, or wait, yeah. It says, "Look how big you got." Now this is gonna be funny. I don't know if that maybe implies that Loki can like shrink with this fruit, like maybe he can make himself bigger or smaller, but he's probably just meaning that whenever he turned into a dragon, it's a big dragon. But maybe there is something where he can shrink down with this fruit too, so he can get on the ship. But either way, I think that's going to be Loki's gag, is where he's actually a good guy and does good things, but he keeps trying to act like a bad guy. I think that'd be kind of funny. That's like a unique thing, I feel like, for the crew. But yeah, just seeing this form now and looking back, I think it's even more fitting that like Loki, you know, is viewed as this powerful evil monster, but he's actually a good guy. It's like so perfect. And you know, and a lot of the Nidhogg theories pointed out that like like the Nidhogg from earlier this arc, and which actually he's in the background right here, but also some dragons that Otis put on cover stories, had a dragon with like, you know, 2 tall horns in the front with a tongue sticking out. That is exactly what Loki looks like here. So that ended up mattering. I can't get over how peak that was. It's just so awesome. So awesome. JJ in the chat, Summer's the MVP of the chapter. That's crazy. That's crazy, JJ. That, I mean, like, in some ways he was, in the sense of he you know, like, set up a lot of this. Like him laughing and being, you know, thinking this was comical was like a good way to play off the moment to show how, you know, terrible the Gods Knights are. But that's a crazy statement to say. That's a crazy statement. Summers for Kids Crew. Wow. Now, you know, Kids Crew doesn't even deserve someone this strong, you know. They got to deal with heat and wire in them, you know. But yeah, wow. This is crazy. And actually, I want to also mention Chin-Ho Wong. You mentioned the dragon back in Punk Hazard. Or, well, you were talking to Doron, but I saw you bringing that up. The dragon from Punk Hazard. I actually want to bring that up real quick. Before I get into the super chats, I know there's a bunch. I want to see what you guys got to say about this chapter, but I do want to mention real quick that now that it's confirmed that Loki has, I assume it's the Nidhogg fruit. Even if it's a different dragon, it still looks like the Nidhogg. I think it fits a lot of the build that people were talking about. I want to talk about that dragon real quick because Vegapunk made that one, but as I mentioned in my video on Loki's fruit and stuff, I think it's really important that all happened on Punk Hazard, because the frozen giants are also on Punk Hazard. And so that builds a tie between those frozen giants and this fruit. And then you also think back to, like, we're talking about how the Gale-Ra giants are supposed to come back one day, and they were the Warhammer company, you know, and Ragnar was a Warhammer, so there should be some tie between Ragnar and them. And so it's interesting now that this is confirmed, just because back in Punk Hazard, we kind of had the dragon and those giants tied together, sort of. Like, they weren't directly tied together in that arc, but like the dragon was on the hot side, the giants were on the cold side. It's like, was that some foreshadowing for this? Now I think it definitely was. And remember, Vegapunk visited Elbaf like 20 years ago. I think he came to study the books from O'Hara. And I think he said he sent a clone, but either way, he didn't go that much into detail on it. But as I mentioned in my video, I think he probably learned about Ragnar here. And maybe he learned about the Gale-Ra giants and that history and stuff. So maybe he was trying to bring them back by making that dragon. I don't know. I just think Oda's definitely doing something. Like, that dragon has even more purpose than we thought, because now we know it was supposed to tie to those frozen giants, or like a dragon is supposed to. So I don't know. There's something there for sure. For sure. Oh, man. Peak. That's all I gotta say is peak. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of these super chats. I saw a bunch flying in during the chapter, so thank you all very much. And like I said earlier, if the stream cuts out at any point, my internet's been weird, so I apologize, but I will be back if it cuts out. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we're gonna do another stream this week to kind of discuss this chapter, and we'll cover it then. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we don't even have to worry about it. I might do a second stream anyway, but hopefully we don't have to do the super chats there. Neil M09 with the $7.99 Australian, I think. It says $. I think that's Australian. I think usually I see like AUD, but either way. Hey, Dak, finally caught alive. A bit hard from Australia. Well, there's the answer. There it is. Thank you, Neil. A bit hard from Australia, but glad I did. Looking forward to your thoughts on this chapter. Super exciting, dude. Neil, thank you so much. I wish I would have caught that even before the stream, but hopefully the reaction was as good as you were hoping for. I know I said it a bunch of times, but this is a whole other level of like of just Oda's kind of mastery. You know, the emotional stuff. I feel like that's when we think about One Piece. Like, I mean, the fights and the big reveals and stuff are cool. Those are quintessential to the story, but it's like that emotional stuff that really carries it and makes us feel so attached. And this like this moment would have been cool on its own, like the Loki reveal stuff, but by Oda connecting it to the kids, you know, jumping off with the parents and that emotional high, whatever, emotional low because it's sad, whatever you want to call it, and then parlaying it into this, where they saved them, and it gives you that feeling of like, yeah, these two are, well, three, counting Ragnar, are about to save the day for everybody. It's just so good, man. This is why One Piece is the best. So, Neil, thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate you. And thank you for staying up. I know the hours are weird in Australia, so seriously, thank you for making it. Kush Daddy with the $5. I wonder if we'll get any payoff for Summers having the thoughts / considering Imu as the one who messed up. I want to see that too. During the reaction, I kind of brought up how I forget what I said, but that it was interesting. Like that was, you know, he's kind of thinking through it. Like, not that I can blame Imu for this, but I can't get blamed because it's Imu's fault. It's like, bare minimum, I think Imu would say like, well, it's still your fault anyway. You should have figured it out, or, you know, something to that effect. But I think it could be even more that it's like Imu might say, hey, I heard you think this. That's not okay, you know, and so he gets smited by Imu. I kind of don't want that to happen because I want like a Straw Hat or someone here on Elbaf to cook him, because if Imu does it, it's like, I don't know, after he's laughing at these kids, I mean, he deserves to get cooked by the Elbaf parents probably more than anybody else. Or like I said, maybe Nami, because she, you know, is like a motherly figure amongst the crew. But I do wonder if Imu's gonna, you know, at least say like, Summers, I heard that. Don't do that ever again. And then it's like a reminder, like, yeah, Imu can hear all their thoughts, you know? It was very interesting, for sure. Reese Lucas with the $5, or Lonely Mage. I have the @name, so I don't know which one you guys prefer, but am I dumb for just realizing Oda finally introduced another pirate staple? Nearly 1,200 chapters to see a classic walk the plank. Yeah, and like I think it was even more. Well, I don't know if this maybe is more obvious, but he definitely did it with Ronya before, but it wasn't like it was a little bit different because that one she literally was like standing on the end, like about to jump and stuff. So that was very walking the plank-esque. This one is more like marching right off, which is like a little bit different, but that's definitely what he's going for, I think, because, you know, we're all still waiting for the eye patch to show up, peg leg, that kind of stuff, unless you count like Shiki with the double sword peg leg thing, but you know, he saves these typical pirate tropes for like the really big moments. Then I think walking the plank definitely just happened here. And it's interesting that it didn't even really happen with pirates, right? Because it's like the world government and the Elbaf kids. And like the Elbaf kids are kind of like paralleling pirates, and like pirates are deeply involved with the arc, obviously, and whatever. But it is interesting how he kind of merged that together, I think. Yeah, Zeph with the peg leg. Yeah, there's several. Like, people were talking about, you know, does Joy Boy have a peg leg? Like, people are waiting for more peg leg stuff, but the eye patch is the big one. But Oda definitely, you know, ties to these tropes a lot, and uses them for big moments and big characters. And this is definitely walking the plank for sure. Where am I at here? Oh yeah, GG's boxcar. GG, I already shouted this out, but need a Red Bull and a cigarette. Me too, man. I need something even more powerful than a Red Bull and something more powerful than a cigarette after this. Damn, that was... I don't know. I had all these plans in my head for today. Like, okay, once you're done with the reaction, you got to go, get this done, walk the dogs, do whatever. Now I'm like in an emotional space where I don't even know if I can get all these things done. Like I'm going to be reflecting all day on this. Mr. Bushido with the €2. Kill Ilva, worst character. Nah, shout out Ilva. Ilva knows the truth. Carrots are the worst. We don't need any carrots, right? If you're gonna leave something on your plate, it's definitely carrots. But then Bushido, you said, who left this bowl of onions here? Yeah. I don't know. So we have to find them. Those onion cutting ninjas broke in again. Those bastards. I can't believe it. We got to find them. And then you also said this scene will hit in the anime. I completely agree. I think I said that at some point during the stream. I think you definitely beat me to it because that was like over 20 minutes ago. I completely agree with you. We're on the same wavelength. That this, especially with how they're going seasonal and stuff, and like they're gonna really take their time with this. I feel like, especially with how big of a moment it is parlaying into the Loki fruit reveal. This is like. It's gonna hit so hard. I can already kind of envision it. I can kind of already hear the music, and then the kids fall. Everything kind of gets really sad. It crescendos down, and then all of a sudden, you hear like a little like boop, because like they land on Luffy's stomach, and then you just know everyone's gonna save the day, and then they ride up. Like it's gonna be so perfect, man. I seriously can't wait. It's such a good chapter. Cloud Lizard with the $10 super chat, one of the goats of the channel. I know we hate summers, but these cry laughing panels remind me of Yasuye and Otoko. That's a good parallel because that was something that was really sad about the smile fruits, right? Is like it made them look like maniacal when they're genuinely just sad. So definitely, I think there could definitely be a connection. I'm almost convinced Imu awakenings are paralleling smiles. If Kuma can expel emotion or soul, Imu can implant souls. I like that general idea because, like, think about Gunko right now, right? Like, Gunko is obviously not, or well, Shuri, whatever you want to say. She's obviously not like, she doesn't actually want to hurt anybody. At least the vibe I'm getting is she's obviously not actually evil. It's that Imu's kind of like covering those emotions. And I would imagine that the real Shuri or like the original Gunko is, sad about what's happening, but they can't control it, right? Now, they obviously have been brainwashed, so you have to kind of think through that a little bit. Like the real Shuri would be sad about everything they're doing. Now, the real Shuri, if they got brainwashed enough, or is the real Shuri even in there? Well, they seem to have come back because of the, memories and stuff. So I think it's similar in that way where like, the real person is sad and crying about what's going on, but the Imu, whether it's the brainwashing or Imu themselves, that's putting on a front where these people don't look sad and they look merciless and they act merciless, right? So there's definitely a parallel there where like you're not showing your true emotions or your true will or however you want to put that. And you could also think about it even to another degree, where like smiles are like fake devil fruits, and so we got to see where real devil fruits come from still. And so maybe we're gonna find out that devil fruits tie into this as well. Maybe it's just like zone awakenings, because like failed zone awakenings cause you to lose your mind. So I would imagine it's similar where like the real you is in there sad or stressing out about what's going on, but then the awakened version is controlling you and doing other stuff. So it could be similar in that way. So yeah, I think we have a lot to figure out, but I think there's something there. There's something there, whether it's maybe Imu did make the devil fruits, and that's part of like the origin. It was like a way to mask people's like true will or something. I don't know. There's definitely something there. For sure. Also, Kimono Kenny said Dax said the scary mom looks like Ivankov. I mean, she does. You can't deny that when I first looked at that, I thought it was like an Ivankov type character. The hair, you can't say I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't. Yeah, Cloud Lizard said, I'm thinking the same. Zone Awakenings and Impel Down. Yeah, and the fact it happened in Impel Down, I always thought was like a big kind of hint, because like Impel Down is a allegory for hell, and like with them being devil fruits and Imu having all this like, you know, hell or demonic aesthetic to them, I think there's definitely some sort of connection there. So I think it's important that we learned about Zone Awakenings and the Losing Your Mind version in Impel Down, because now I'm starting to wonder, is a failed Zone Awakening basically like a demon is controlling you? Is that, you know, like, I use demon loosely, like it could just be somebody's soul and like they're not actually like a demon, you know. Who knows how devil fruits really work, because like we also had that thing where like Sabo said like Ace here said you deserved it or something, like Ace is talking to him through the fruit, so it's like, oh, your soul is tied to it. Like there's like a weird thing there. But yeah, there's definitely something to it, Cloud Lizard, for sure. XL Bean Boy, member for 34 months, almost 3 years. Although you've definitely been around for longer than that, for sure. But okay, so how many mythic dragons exist now? 2.5. That's a good question. So Kaido and Loki, obviously, depends if you count Momonosuke. It also depends if you count Killingham, because Killingham has a Ryu no Mi, but it's the model Kirin, so it depends. Do you count that? Because like there are other Ryu models who aren't dragons, but like the Kirin's like a horse dragon thing, right? So it's like a weird combo. I would say like 2.5 is probably right, because it's definitely 2, and then the 0.5 is just the question mark on what the other ones are, you know? So I'm trying to think of any other ones. Kaido and Loki for sure, although we haven't seen Loki's fruit, you know? Or like which model it is. Like in my video, I argued that it's going to be a fish fruit. I still feel like that's kind of likely. I know it doesn't look anything like a fish, but Kaido's didn't either, really. Could also be a bird fruit. I think that would be really fun, and in some ways I think that's more likely, but we haven't seen bird fruits that are actually dragons, so like it's almost easier to default to fish, but I do feel like it's going to be something weird. Oh yeah, Orochi as well, Barry. Yeah, good point. Orochi as well. I would count him as a dragon. I think like, I don't know what the lore actually says, or if he's like a snake person, you know what I mean? But I would definitely count it as a dragon for sure. Trying to think. I don't know. We haven't seen that many. I mean, we have a lot of dragon fruits, but they're all the dinosaurs, right? They're all the prehistoric zones, or ancient zones, whatever they're called. Ryunosuke. Shout out Ryunosuke. We cannot forget the GOAT. He is also one of the most important dragons for sure. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll leave it at 2.5. With like, I would also include the little approximate symbol, the little squiggly 2.5, because really depends. Or no, 3.5, because I definitely count Orochis. Friend Harper said Hydras aren't dragons. Like, they aren't, but I think it's close enough for this, because like also like Kaido's like a fish technically, but also a dragon, you know what I'm saying? So like Oda makes the definitions kind of loose, but like I would count him as one. So like 3 or 4 ish, something like that. Definite minimum 2. Depends on your other definitions. Do we classify true dragon devil fruits in their own class? There really isn't. Like, Oda's been all over the place, because like I said, like, you know, Kaido's is a fish fruit, and then the actual dragon fruits. I looked up dragon fruit on Google, and I got the actual dragon fruit, which would make sense. I should probably put like One Piece or something. But the actual ones are all the ancient zones, so trying to find it. There we go. Yeah, because Ryu no Mi is what they use for all the ancient zones. So like Triceratops, Spinosaurus, Pteranodon, Pachycephalosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Allosaurus, all those are dragon fruits technically. Oda's just kind of made it. I think it's because the word, like, Ryu is also in the word for dinosaur in Japanese, so that's why he's using Ryu, but it's actually dragon. So yeah, it's weird. It's like Oda's making the actual dragons not dragon fruits, is how it feels. Dragon fruit are delicious. They are. Let's see. Cloud Lizard, he said, for $2, Luffy turning Loki white to black to save lives. Do you think that's actually what happened? Wait, I'm a little confused. I'm trying to look. Yeah, I feel like... Also, I just now noticed his eyes have the little flames going on, which is very cool. We've seen that a lot with, like, who was it? The like Dorian Broggie and the Reversey Giants. We see this flaming eye thing. Also, you can also see Loki's little metal thing from his helmet that goes like down his nose. You can see that on top of his head. I just noticed that too. That is very cool. You said black to white. Luffy turning Loki black to white to save lives. So you're saying it's like a theory? You're saying like he is going to turn him all white? That would be kind of cool. Because I was going to say, I definitely get the vibe that he's like all black colored right now. I mean, honestly, it could be a silhouette and he's like actually like rainbow colored or something. You know what I mean? Like I would not put it past Oda to make Loki some wacky color, to be honest, but I do wonder if Luffy is gonna, like, because remember how Luffy, when he was fighting Kaido and also Kizaru, but I think Kaido was even more obvious, how he was able to like pass his like abilities onto the other person, like make them stretch as well and stuff. Remember, like it put like Kaido into the Toon Force. I wonder what he is gonna do with Loki. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's gonna, because, and the fact it's Kaido who had a dragon fruit makes me think there could definitely be something to it. So like I wonder if Luffy is gonna be able to like help Loki in some way. Like, is he just gonna keep riding on Loki's back? I don't, and I also wonder now, I'm starting to think, is Luffy gonna like, is he gonna stick with Loki the whole time? Is he gonna go and fight like one of the God's Knights by himself? And if so, you would think that's gonna be Imu that he's gonna go face off against. And if he does face off against Imu, then he's gonna get right in the middle of you know, Brook talking to Imu, and that could be its own interesting twist, where like Luffy gets to hear about Brook's past. And that was actually something I was thinking about before I got on today, is I was, you know, thinking through what could possibly be so hype that everyone's warning me about. And I was like, are we going to get Brook's flashback, like the extra flashback? But then I started thinking, well, we just had a flashback, so I don't think Oda's going to give us too long of a flashback right away. Like, he's going to, like, save it for a little bit, so I don't know when that's going to come into play. Cloud, as you said, the rice move. Oh, you're talking about the rice thing. The way I viewed it is that's just Luffy's body. I don't think he's turning Loki white. I could be wrong, but I thought that was Luffy's, like Luffy stretching his own body out to like on Loki's back to save the kids. Not that Luffy was doing anything with Loki specifically. That's how I read it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misinterpreted, but because Luffy does say like, you're kind of digging into me, so get off, right? And that's his font. So pretty sure that's what it is Luffy just spread himself out, did like almost like a new gum balloon sort of thing. So I don't think he turned Loki white. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. But like I was saying, I do wonder now how Luffy's going to team up with Loki, because you really got me thinking. because it would be cool to see him lend the Toon Force abilities. I think that would be amazing. And I want to see it now, for sure. Like some goofy, like, Loki's going to be badass for a while, but for him to also be goofy, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. 25th Slayer for $2. Did Shanks really beat that? Now, that's also a good point. I mean, he had to have. But the thing that I think is interesting about that is, like, you look back at the flashback we just had, and Shanks and Scopper didn't think that they could stop Harold because he was a God's Knight with the regeneration and with Conquerors and all that stuff. But they thought that Loki could if he went and got the fruit. And so Loki got the fruit, and then he beat Harold. But now you're telling me that later Shanks was able to beat Loki. But if Loki was able to beat Harold all by himself, and Shanks couldn't do it teaming up with Scopper, and Shanks, remember, at that point had already trained with the God's Knights for a little bit, it's like, how much stronger did Shanks get after that? And also, Shanks would have done this when you only had one arm, right? And so it does, like, I'm not much of a power scaler, but it does feel weird that Shanks was able to beat him given the prior context, right? And so I do wonder how that went down. My, like, headcanon for it currently is that Ragnar refused a fight with Loki. Like, well, he didn't want to hurt Shanks. That's like my headcanon. Like, Ragnar's like, I'm sitting this one out. I'm not helping either side. I like you both for some reason. Maybe tying to, like, the Norse myth of Nidhogg and the eagle. Maybe Shanks is the eagle. And because if Ragnar didn't participate in that fight, then it makes a lot more sense that Shanks was able to win, because Ragnar was like a essential part to Loki beating Harold. So if he doesn't have that, then Loki would be nerfed compared to back then, so it would maybe make more sense. But like I said, it just feels weird that Shanks and Scopper couldn't do it, and then Loki did, but then Shanks beat him later. You know what I'm saying? I think the Elbaf giants also said, like, every warrior of Elbaf tried to stop him, so Loki may have been kind of tired by the time Shanks got there. That's also a possibility. But yeah, it is kind of crazy to think. I want to see the Shanks and Loki fight so bad now, you know? Like, really bad. Also, Straw Hat AP with the biggest facts of the day. You said Mr. 3. If Mr. 3 pulled up, Loki's cooked. Mr. 3 is the... that's kryptonite for the Giants. So, you know, maybe Shanks just teamed up with Mr. 3. That could be it. That, you know, you never know. You never know. Let's see. Mr. Bushido, Loki for Kid's crew. Kid doesn't deserve it, you know? And I'm not even like a Kid hater, but Kid doesn't deserve this. Loki's too badass. He's too powerful. There's no way, you know? And it would be kind of interesting because, like, Loki probably has some issues with Shanks. Kid has some issues with Shanks. There could be a story there. I just don't think Kid deserves it, you know? Kid has way too much legwork to get someone like him on the crew. And at this point, like, if Loki joined the crew, then Loki would become by far the strongest person on the crew. And that's a problem for Kid. So I think, like, I don't see it happening, but I do want Kid to come back. That was one of the things I was thinking this week, by the way. When I was going through theories in my head about what could possibly be so hype about this chapter, Kid returning was one thing I was thinking about quite a bit. Like maybe we'll jump over to Kid. He's pounding sand on the beach, saying, like, I didn't know Shanks had a brother. I'm so stupid. And, like, maybe that was the hype, because I kind of talked about that in my video or something. But no, it was even crazier. But hopefully Kid does come back soon. Kuya Pixels with the $5 super chat. Chapter of the year so far, and I can see it being top 5 when the year ends. Unfortunately, Loki for Nakama probably won't happen anymore because he's too OP. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, he definitely is, you know, absurdly strong, but we're in the end game. Luffy and him are teaming up already. And like I said, the fact that Luffy's like, look how big you got. It's like, is that... whenever he first transformed, was he a bit smaller, and then he grew because maybe this fruit lets him change his size, and so maybe he can fit on the ship? You know, that might be a little bit of credence the other way, so we'll see. I do think it's interesting, like, going back to what I just said about Kid, like, Loki is so strong that if you add him onto the crew, it kind of messes with the power dynamics, even with like the rest of the crew, you know, people brought that up with Jinbei a little bit. I don't think that's really a problem, even though he has a higher bounty than Sanji. Like, I don't think that's really much of a problem. But Loki, I mean, something would have to happen this arc where Luffy makes it very clear that he is stronger, right? So then Loki knows he's not the top dog. Like, I think that would have to happen. I don't think they would fight, but maybe Loki loses to Imu and then Luffy wins versus Imu or something. I don't know. Something like that. Jojo Leon with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Jojo. I think it'd be cool if Imu took Summer's powers so he can't regenerate and then the parents take him out. That would be cool. I like that because it's a little bit of both, right? Where Imu can give Summers like a little bit of punishment, but not necessarily like, you know, Saturn level punishment. But then the kids can take care, but then the parents can take care of him. I love that idea. I love that. Because going back to Saturn, like, it could be that Saturn died because he got his mark taken away, and because he was supposed to die of old age by this point, he immediately just became a skeleton because it's like he caught up to where he was supposed to be. But if Summers is like not immortal, which I don't know, he did look younger during God Valley. I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to tell how much he's aging or whatever, but if he is aging still, so he would still be alive even without the powers, then maybe if Imu takes the mark away, he won't turn into a skeleton like Saturn. He'll just turn into what he looks like now, but just without the powers. And then the parents can cook him. I like that. The more I think about it, the more that works. Because I keep thinking in my head that if Imu takes his abilities, he's just going to die like Saturn. But maybe not. Maybe we don't know the full story. But the parents taking out Summers sounds great. Sign me up. Anyone, literally anybody. Random person off the street. Roto. Anybody can take him out, and I'd be happy. Live31. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. You know, I have the @ names now because YouTube made that change or whatever. But Live31 with the Canadian $5. Hey Dax, do you think Loki is now the dragon at the top of the mural? 100%. 100%. I've done a few videos where I said like that was probably Imu, and for a lot of reasons I thought that made sense. And to be honest with you, I think there's still a realm where that could work, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I definitely think that's meant to depict Loki, or maybe more directly, I think that's the Loki of the past, like whoever had Loki's fruit before, because that dragon is fighting the serpent, right? And it seems like that side of the mural is depicting the first world. Like, I'm very much a believer that the texts above the mural kind of depict like the timeline, like the right side's the first world, the middle is the second world, left is the third world kind of thing. And so since that dragon was fighting something in the first world, I think that's definitely like depicting the past to some degree, because the first world is like, I don't know, pre-Void Century time probably. The middle is like roughly the Void Century, so there's, you know, some connection there. You also think about, you know, the Giants have brought up a few times how there's like the red line is the serpent soaked in blood, and that's a, you know, a hellfire serpent or whatever on the right side. And so I'm starting to wonder, is there a tie there? Maybe the red line really is a serpent, and it's that serpent we're looking at, and maybe the past user of Loki's fruit fought it, and that's why like Dory and Brogy say like that's the only thing we can't beat, because like you need the strongest giant to do so, which is the one with this fruit or something like that. Now, what I will say though is I think there's a world where it could still be Imu as well as the past user of the fruit. Because what if Imu controlled the past user of the fruit? And so it is Imu, but also that guy, right? Because remember, throughout this whole arc, they've said multiple times that whichever side the Giants pick will greatly change the outcome of the war. And so if in the past they were able to control the Giants to some degree, then that could be why the Void Century happened the way it did and whatever. So that could be Imu and the past user at the top. But bare minimum, I think it's the past user for sure. And, you know, there's a lot you could say there too about, like in Norse mythology, Nidhogg's supposed to be at the bottom of the tree, and there's supposed to be an eagle at the top, but we see the dragon at the top there, and like the, you know, and I think the Nidhogg's only supposed to come out like during Ragnarok and stuff. So there's a lot you could read into Norse mythology wise there. But yeah, definitely whoever had that fruit is at the top, and I think that's really cool just from like Loki's point of view. Like, like, what's the story behind the past user? How did he die? How did they communicate to Ragnar, you got to protect this fruit and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I think there's a really cool story there on how, like, they're connecting that giant to here. And also, you think about Gale Ra, they're all frozen and meant to come back, but they probably knew that guy. And so if Gale Ra comes back, they might even be able to chime in like, oh, Loki, you're a lot like the past user, which I think he would probably be named Thor. I think that's what I said in my video, if I remember correctly. Because with Nidhogg being a lightning dragon and, you know, there being a hammer tied to this, this is very much like a Thor thing with lightning and the hammer. So I'm wondering if the past user was named Thor and he made Ragnar and all that, and so there's a cool story there, you know? Because obviously he had to die for the fruit to even exist, so he's not going to be frozen, I would imagine. But the other frozen giants probably knew him because he was probably like the captain of their crew. And so now Loki might become like the captain of the Gale Ra giants in the future, basically. That's what I'm thinking. Also, I just saw Captain Golden Boy in the chat, my goat. Hope you've been doing well, brother. I know it's been a minute. I've seen you in the Discord a few times, but I'm glad you could show up to a stream. This was a big chapter, man. Big chapter. Captain Golden Boy, man, until a few chapters ago, I was positive the legendary Elbaf fruit was the Gomu. I always figured Loki was lying about having it. Looks like it's the Nidhogg, man. Looks like the Nidhogg theories came true. I was also on the, like the Gomu, or maybe Luffy has the Gomu, and Loki has, like, the real Nika fruit or something like that. Like, originally, I was on that train, too, but especially once we got some of the flashback with Harold and stuff, I felt like Ragnar. I felt like, the Nidhogg became much more likely, so... I like it. I gotta admit, I like it. This is dope. This is dope. I can't wait to see it, like, in its full glory, because, like, you know, it's heavily silhouetted and stuff, and, like, we don't know the colors, which we won't until we get a volume cover or the anime or whatever, but looks awesome. Looks awesome. Like, somebody said it earlier, looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Croderick, member for 8 months. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you've been well. Hope you're getting some good polls from the TCG. Loki's hybrid form named attack is going to be insane. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see some of the attack names because we already saw Niflheim with the ice stuff, right? So, oh man, he's going to have some crazy attacks. The names and the attacks themselves, whenever he uses these, it's going to be crazy. And yeah, hybrid form, because like. Because I would take it this is the full zone, right? So hybrid, you know, I mentioned this in my last video. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. Not my last video, but on my Loki Devil Fruit video. I want to see if I can pull this up. I feel like I know what it's going to look like, especially now that it's confirmed to be a dragon. Let's see if I can pull up a clean copy of it. This is clean enough. Oh, nope. That's an AVIF file. All my homies hate AVIF files. This one will be better, I think. Yep, that one will work. Does it not want to drag in? There it is. Here, let's... Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're looking good. So... This was Otis' original sketch for Kaido's hybrid form. We got this in Road to Laugh-Tale. This is like factual canonical information that this was originally Kaido's design. And he has like the long neck, right? It's kind of like Killingham. Killingham's a giraffe, so a little bit different, but this was originally Kaido's, but then obviously Oda went with the design that we saw during Wano where like he doesn't have the long neck and stuff. I feel like this is what Loki's hybrid's going to be like. Like, he's going to have... Because even if you go back to the, like, chapter where we saw the silhouette on the wall, it looked like he had, like a long neck or, like, a snout kind of thing, right? And so I think this form fits it perfectly. So this is definitely going to be his hybrid model, you know? And it's going to look badass. I'm glad that Oda saved it. Like, you can already kind of envision, like, maybe... There's like spikes along the back of his neck here, right? And you know, you can keep the horns and everything as is. It's gonna look dope. Keep the dragon face. He's gonna look badass. Let's see, where are we at now? Time Lord, member for 17 months. Chances that Imu equals Black Dragon 2, like Maleficent. It's tough because I kind of going back to what I said before, like maybe like you look at the dragon at the top of the mural, I could see that being Imu also. I think it's, you know, Imu controlling the past user of the fruit seems to be like a little more likely now, but if you go back to whenever Sabo showed up to the Gorosei, like Imu's head kind of looked like a dragon and like it bit onto the fire, and that just, you know, dragons breathe fire, so it just felt sort of dragony in that way. But I don't know if that necessarily means like Imu still has that power, or maybe Imu can just shapeshift into whatever. I feel like that's probably more likely. Like Imu, I would imagine Imu does have like a true form somewhere, but I feel like Imu can probably just shapeshift as well. Because that's also been like a really big theme throughout the story in other ways, like with the clone fruit. Like whenever you can, you know, pretend to be somebody else, it gives you a lot of like political power because you can mislead people and stuff. So Imu being able to shapeshift into other beings kind of makes sense. Or, you know, we've seen Imu just be able to like hop in other people's bodies too. So that's like a kind of another way of doing the same thing. So I don't know. If Imu does only have one form, like one zone form to go into, then I definitely think dragon. But I feel like shapeshifting is probably more likely, to be honest. Like any kind of entity they want, you know. Straw Hat AP with the $2 super chat. I was hoping for a Suru theory. Loki's fruit is an idea fruit, the Muse no Mi. I mean, Oda didn't reveal it, to be completely fair. Oda did not give us the name of the fruit, if we're being honest, so there's probably a reason for that. I feel like it's probably because of the model of the fruit more than the name. I feel like it's definitely the Nidhogg. But technically he didn't tell us. So, you know, it could be an idea fruit or some kind of shape-shifting fruit for Loki, some kind of something else. I feel like it's definitely going to be the Nidhogg dragon fruit. Like, again, maybe fish model, maybe bird model. I don't know what it's going to be. But I feel like it's definitely a zone, personally. But hey, AP, you know, if you're going to get some flowers if you get that right. Like I said, though, I was hoping for a Suru theory. I was really hoping to see what you got. I actually ordered a Suru card recently. Nothing special, but I forget what deck it was for or what I was doing, but I did order a Suru card. There's a lot of them for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if she's even good or not, but the deck I was building said that might be a good one, so. But yeah, we'll see. It is interesting that Oda did not name the fruit. I feel like that is I wonder if we're going to get that next chapter or if Oda's going to save that, you know? Like, if it is important, he might wait for as long as possible, or maybe he's just going to do it next chapter just to make the start of next chapter, you know, have like a good hook. I don't know. Rapo96 with the £2 super chat. You think Gunko's effect stops when reaching the end? Oh, so do you mean like the kids who walked off, like do you think that they're no longer tied to the arrow because they reached the end? Is that what you're saying? Like now they're free? That's a good question. Probably. Because they were like walking alongside the arrow, right? And the arrow only stretched towards the end. I don't think the arrow took them any further because, like, why would it? Because it was trying to get them onto the ship or whatever. So yeah, I think it stops once you reach the end because once you reach the end of the arrow, I think that there's nothing left to do, you know? Because like I forget the way she worded it, but it's like, you know, pushing you in a certain direction, or I can't remember exactly because she also was doing those kicks, so it's like. It was like predicting her movements in a way, but yeah, once you get to the end, I would assume there's nothing left. So now the kids are free in a way. Now, did the kids? Hold on, actually, I want to go back down real quick. Did Summers? So Summers does know that the kids got saved, right? I was just looking back through it. And, like, he's freaking out about, like, the dragon showing up. But does he know the kids are back there? I assume he does, just because of how scared he looks or how like much he's freaking out. But I was gonna say, like, now that the kids aren't tied to the arrows, they could like scare Summers in a way. Like, I don't think they're gonna fight Summers, because Summers would just cook them. Like, or another good way that Summers could die is if the kids bring like the spikes over and start hurting Summers with his own spikes. That would be interesting too. But yeah, now that the arrow's done, I guess the kids can do whatever. So I wonder where, what their next move is. It's gonna be interesting. Shout out to, I forgot I can only change my handle once a week, who just subscribed. I just thought that name was hilarious. I didn't even know you could only change your handle once a week, so that's good to know. Rapo with another super chat. Appreciate you. Another £2. How many chapters will an hour in Elbaf be? Dude, that's a great question. I have no idea. I feel like even going back to the Wano raid, like my sense, or probably everyone's sense of time, was not that good, like per chapter. Because Oda kind of slows it down or speeds it up whenever he needs to. Also during like the Katakuri fight, remember? Because there was actually like a time element to that. Like they had to meet up at the same time. Even there, like it was consistent in the sense that Oda kept updating us, but I feel like it was kind of inconsistent in the sense of like one chapter might be a couple hours, multiple chapters might be 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of whatever Oda needed to do. So I don't know. I honestly, I don't have a good answer for you there. I really don't know. I like, you would think that the time's moving, you know, pretty decently. Like how long do we think has gone by since like Brooke started talking to Imu? I mean, I'm trying to think back to the kids. Well, we would go back to the kids. The kids were pretty close whenever that was happening, so it's probably only been like 10 or 15 minutes, maybe. I don't know. It's so hard. I feel like the time in One Piece is so hard to gauge, honestly. Like, we've only been in Elbaf for it's the same day, right? It's still the same day that we arrived, right? So, like, even that time scale is really hard to tell. Like, how has it only been a couple hours since we got here? Because first we had the Lego thing, and that might have taken some time because like the crew got separated. So I don't know how long that was, but like, have we only been here for a few hours? I don't know. Dressrosa all over again. Exactly, Elia. Exactly. I have no idea on how much time has gone by, but it feels like it's all been the same day. And maybe this whole arc will happen in the same day. I feel like it'll at least get to nighttime, you know, like this fight that's going on, it'll at least get dark, because if it gets dark and the moon comes out, there's probably some cool, like, discussions they could have, whether that be, you know, Luffy jumps in front of the moon and does the silhouette again, and Imu/Gunko can, like, freak out about it. Maybe that's a good chance for an L to come back, like, during this, which would be absolutely insane, but maybe we see the moon and there's, like, somebody's like, wait, what is that? I see something moving, and we see the Arc Maxim coming from the moon. Because, like, it would make more sense to happen at night just so the moon gets focused on. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. I really don't know. Time is whatever Oda wants it to be. That's what I feel. Let's see. Mr. Bushido, I see you got a few in a row here. First off, for €5. Medieval times, elephants were enemies of dragons. Could Zunisha react to Loki's fruit like he did with Nika? That's an interesting idea. I'll have to look that up, because I feel like there's a lot of lore about elephants in general. But if there's definitely one about elephants facing dragons, which, like, I feel like there definitely, like, I mean, you're telling me there is, but I feel like there's one I have heard of. Maybe it's even that one. I'm gonna look it up. Or maybe there's like a show I watched, or like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing or something about dragons fighting elephants. I see a lot of art about it for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of it. So it's not even just in medieval times, apparently. It looks like even earlier than that, but there is a lot of like middle-aged talk about this as well. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be really cool. You also think back to the mural. Remember, like, Zunisha is at the base of it, like, approaching the tree, and the dragon's at the top of the tree, breathing fire over to the right side, which Zunisha's technically on that side. It's not shooting fire at Zunisha, but regardless, it's all, like, first world, second world type stuff. So they're bare minimum, there's probably something with Zunisha in the last dragon that like, the last person who had this fruit, I would imagine. So maybe Zunisha will react to it, you know? I mean, Jarl here is like, you know, talking about some prophecy, like, on a curious day, when thunder and snow both flurry, a giant beast shall appear to blot out the skies. The drums of liberation will boom out. Like, you know, if the drums of liberation has like some mythology tying to this dragon as well, and Nika and stuff, I could definitely see Zunisha tying into it, because Zunisha is also tied to the, you know, Nika and the Drums of Liberation. So I think that is a cool layer to think about. Then you also said, if Dragon gives Luffy a piggyback ride, Luffy would have ridden 3 dragons. Are you still Loki for Nakama? He feels too powerful and big. I mean, I definitely want Loki to join. You know, the power thing, I feel like, kind of like I said earlier, we'd have to have a moment where Loki understands that Luffy is the strongest, because Loki is very, like, you know, like, strong-headed, like, he wants to be the top dog kind of thing, like, he wants to be the destroyer. He called himself the sun god. Like, he's gonna have to have a moment where he recognizes Luffy's really the one. That's the most important thing, because yes, it is also worrisome that, like, oh, is Loki gonna be stronger than Zoro or stronger than Sanji, and that won't feel good. So I think there might also be something where, like, Zoro and Sanji might have to have some big moments this arc as well, so Loki understands, like, wow, these guys are really some special something. Even I couldn't do that, right? That I do think that would probably have to happen. You know, I also mentioned, like, the Gale Ra connection. I could see Loki just leading them, and so they are a part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, essentially. And Haradid might be, like, the king of all the giants, so then he brings all of the, like, Elbaf giants, and even probably the other ones, like, from where Saul and Ida were from. Maybe he gets all of them to join, but then Loki's responsible for, like, the ancient giants of the past, so, like, that way there's, like, different groups of giants that are all under the same flag at that point. That kind of seems likely, too. But I still want Loki to join. Regardless of the logistical problems and power scaling problems, I want Loki to join really bad. Grasshopper, you said, if Loki does join, what the hell would be his bounty? He can take down a God's Knight in the billions, right? And that's the other thing, is, like, Luffy's already at 3. He'll probably be higher than that after this. You know, there's all those theories about him getting, like, 5.6 billion eventually for the Gomu, you know, agenda. So Loki, but, like, Loki should have one that's roughly that high. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should be in the multi-billions for sure. I don't know, especially after this. Like, if he ends up, you know, holding off some God's Knights and stuff and, like, doing some major work to the government, like, they're going to be really angry. So I don't know. He also turned down their offer to become a God's Knight, which they probably won't like. So in the billions for sure. In the billions. It can't be higher than 5.6 billion, I would say, but it got to be in the billions. And then Bushido, you also said, why does Loki still look silhouette-like? He does. I mean, part of it's that, you know, it's, you know, Oda's drawing it on black and white manga, so, like, it's kind of hard to show a lot of the detail, but I do think he's going to show us more over the next couple chapters. He's definitely being vague with certain things, for sure, just to, like, you know, just to make the next chapter more exciting. And this just looks really badass, the way it's drawn, right? It looks so dark and evil and stuff. But I would imagine he's going to give us some more detail. I think he's just obscuring it to capture us for this moment and capture us for another moment, you know? Chin Ho Wong, member for 5 months. How to Train a Dragon, Loki Summers... How to Train a Dragon, Loki Summer's Will of Spandom. I love it. I love the interconnectedness. And I saw a couple. Oh, geez. I just saw. Hold on. I just screwed up my setup. All right, we're better now. I saw a lot of people making How to Train Your Dragon jokes whenever the reveal first happened. So, it is kind of funny. You know what I mean? It is awesome though that like, I don't know, like Luffy just riding up like this. It's so cool. It is some How to Train Your Dragon vibes though. Absolutely. Rapo, I just saw you said good stream, everyone. See you next time. Take care, Rapo. Thank you as always for being here and joining in on the discussion. Appreciate you and your donations as well. Obviously, appreciate you. Hopefully, see you not next week, but 2 weeks from now in the next reaction. Although we should probably have a stream about some of this. Like, I should definitely get at least one creator or maybe a couple and have like a discussion. I've been thinking about, for like the redacted videos, I've been thinking like maybe I should just have a do a stream on this channel, on the main channel, that's like a discussion stream, but then I can cut that stream up for redacted and do like smaller bite-sized videos or something. I don't know. Been going back and forth on it, but I do want to do more streams in general because it's like fun whenever we like. It is kind of nice pre-recording and not having the chat just in case something goes wrong or we mess up or whatever. Like, it's always nice to pre-record for that reason, but streams are also cool because we get to hear your input at, in real time. So been thinking about that, but either way, yeah, we'll see. I will let you guys know. I got to think about it. I got to think about that setup because I got a lot of things to do. I still got to get caught up on the anime because I want to get caught up before, the next episode start and stuff. But either way, we'll do something. We'll do something. You said a reverie. Yeah, I mean, a reverie, that's out of my hands. You know what I mean? At least for like a main reverie. I know sometimes there's been like side reveries that people do, and I guess I could maybe do something like that. It would be kind of nice. Yeah, Sai and Par, I would definitely reach out to. I'd really like to get Randy. Now Randy hasn't, reacted yet. He's not going to react till Sunday, till the official drop. So, nobody say anything, of course. And do not spoil my boy, but I would like to get Randy. I also want to get Randy for a live action season 2 discussion. I think I might wait till season 2 drops and I watch it, and then maybe I can do like a little interview thing with him and, learn some stuff. I think that'd be cool. But I do want to get Randy's thoughts on Elbaf, and Sai and Par, although I talk to them semi-regularly, so I kind of know where they've been or where they're at on things. But yeah, I do want to get a little collab stream together and talk about some Elbaf. I think that'd be fun for sure. Mr. Bushido with the €2. Can Summer's thorns hurt Sanji and his Germa genes? Now that's a good thought. I don't know. The more I think about it, like, maybe not, but I also don't know if that means Sanji would be able to help the kids, because it seems like the thorns are, like, indestructible, right? Like, I don't think you can just cut them. Maybe you can, but I assume they've tried and they failed. And so if Sanji were to try, like, saving the kids, he might not get hurt, but he might just, like, not be able to get any closer, because it's like if you're jousting with like a suit of armor on, like you're just gonna push him. You know what I'm saying? Like Sanji's just gonna get pushed away instead of stabbed. I don't know. It's a good question. Also, shout out to Rayleigh who just subscribed. Silver's Rayleigh subscribes to Dak Sake, guys. That's a sign. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, Rayleigh just subscribed, and look, Rayleigh subscribed to Luffy pre-time skip, and if Rayleigh subscribed to Luffy pre-time skip, you can subscribe to Dak Sake pre-time skip. So thank you, Rayleigh, for subscribing. Appreciate you. Mr. Bushido, Loki didn't react to Luffy's Nika form. That's true. Well, to be fair, we did, like, I'm assuming that Luffy was in Gear 5 before this, so he may have gone into Gear 5 at the same time Loki showed his fruit. And so Loki and Luffy may have had a little exchange like, whoa, your fruit is awesome. It looks like this. Wait, your fruit looks like this. You're really the sun god? Like, there's probably a little exchange there because we did skip that. We didn't see their initial transformation. So I think we're going to see that eventually. Maybe even at the start of next chapter, like just a little mini flashback. I could see that. Will of Dreams, you said Scopper cut them, right? I can't remember. He might be a little bit different because he's using Conqueror's Hockey and stuff, because he cut Summers, but I don't know if he cut the vines. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna go double check, because I would imagine that you could with Conqueror's Hockey. That I would imagine. Which Sanji might have it, but he also isn't like a swordsman. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a little bit tougher for him. But I don't see Scopper cutting it there. Let me go down here. Let me see. Doesn't look like it. I see him. He cuts some here in chapter 1149, but he like tries to, but I don't think they actually break. At least that's what it looks like. It looks like because Summers puts him up as like a defense, like to block the attack, and I don't. Although he does cut him here though on this one, where he does Hell of Crimson Lotus. Then he cuts him. So they can be cut. I mean, you're gonna need, you're gonna need Scopper. He also, it's like the same, the same attack sequence where he cuts Summers. So that's like, some top tier. So yeah, they can be cut. It's just, it's not easy. Not easy. Because he didn't do it the first slice, but he did the second one. So it's tough. Chinho Wong, you said, Sanji needs Conqueror's Hockey heat on feet to burn the thorns. All-time great Randy Troy moment. I don't even know what you want to call it. Moment? I don't know. Iconic thing. The heat on feet. Oh man, I remember when the rap came out from Randy's cousin Eddie, I believe is his name, and he did the heat on feet song. I remember that. That was so funny, dude. But yeah, it would be fitting for Sanji to come through with some heat on feet and burn these thorns away. Actually, that would make a lot of sense. So I kind of like that, actually. Elia, you said, just noticed, nice shirt. Oh, you mean my Blackbeard cloak? I don't even know how to really show it. Yeah, I try to wear this every stream. I forget sometimes, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I got this at Anime NYC a couple years ago. Still wearing it. Might be time to upgrade or like get a new one, but I definitely like the Blackbeard apparel. That's my goat. That's my guy right there. Elia, geez, I'm not able to talk today. Elia, you said season 2 drop Reverie would be the heat. That would be really fun. I'm actually planning. It's probably a good time to mention it. I'm not exactly sure what the format will be, but I'm thinking right now that I'm gonna binge all 8 episodes in a row, like the day of release for season 2, because I looked it up. I'm 99.9% sure that the whole season will drop at once, just like it did for season 1, because sometimes Netflix will drop the whole season for season 1 so people binge it and get interested, and then if it's good enough, then they'll do season 2, but then do weekly episodes, because now that it has interest, they milk it longer so people do more subscriptions or whatever. But I think I read they're doing all the season 2 at once, just like they did season 1. And if so, I'm probably going to binge all 8 episodes the day of. And then if I can find some other people who are going to do the same thing, I can have a reverie a couple days later about season 2, and that'd be really fun. But as for me, I do want to react to the episodes like first day. I didn't react to season 1 or do any content on season 1 because there was like... now I forget what groups it was, but there was the strike going on, the Writers Guild and Acting Guild strikes or whatever, and I just didn't feel right doing it at the time. But now they've got it all figured out, and I definitely want to do season 2. So yeah, season 2 is definitely going to be awesome. Obviously, Laboon's in it. I saw the trailer. I almost did a redacted video reacting to the trailer, but like I had already watched it and thought about it a lot, and I was like, if I do a video now, it's not really like a reaction, it's like a review, and I don't know. I just decided not to do it, but I did think it was amazing. Absolutely loved the trailer. Seeing Laboon, y'all know I'm ready for that. Also, Dak, it's 7 episodes for season 2, not 8. I can't remember what that. Yeah, is that? I know they came out with the episodes at some point. Yeah, is it 7? Because the thing I'm looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing I'm looking at says 8, but they may have changed. I think they did that last time too, where like they cut it down at the end because they just merged more stuff into the other episodes. Well, it looks like it's 8 because like the episode titles got leaked at some point. I don't know if that's canon or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I'm pumped either way, because if it's 7, there's probably still like 8 episodes worth of content in the sense of like they, you know, just packed it in tighter, which kind of sucks because that's less to watch, but it's still probably gonna be about the same amount of stuff. But hopefully it's 8 just so there's more peak, you know. Tape Man, you said just tuning in. This chapter made me cry. I feel you, man. We kind of got off topic here because we're talking about live action at this point, but the chapter was awesome. I'm glad you could make it. You know, if you want to go back and see all the stuff, you know, I was definitely in my feels for sure, man. That was, I don't even know what to say about it. Everything was just perfect this chapter. This was one of the best, like, well-structured chapters in a while. I mean, there's been a lot of really fire chapters. I'm not even trying to act like this is head and shoulders above all the other ones, but I just felt like this chapter was so well constructed from start to finish. It's like its own little concise story, you know. Chin-Ho Wong, you said 1 episode Logtown, 1 episode Twin Cape, 1 Whiskey Peak, 1 or 2 Little Garden, 2 or 3 Drum Island. Yeah, something like that. What I'm looking at, this is from October, and this is just some random website, so I don't really know if this is true, but it says there's 8 episodes. 1 is the beginning of the end, 2 is good whale hunting, 3 whiskey business, 4 big trouble in Little Garden, 5 wax on, wax off, which is a perfect Mr. 3 focused episode. That's hilarious. 6 is Nami Dearest, with deer spelled like D-E-E-R. 7 reindeer shames, and then 8 deer and loathing in Drum Kingdom. I don't know if that's actually true, but that is the leak that I'm seeing. If they actually name one Good Whale Hunting, that's peak. It's not peak that anyone's trying to hunt some whales, you know, like John Sherrod in the chat. I know he very much appreciates that name, but it is a good pun nonetheless. I've heard the first episode is extra long. I love that, because you guys remember at the end of season 1, like, they ended it at a really good point where, like, they're approaching the red line, and like, because they didn't know if there was going to be season 2 and stuff, but it was at a good point where they could go to Logtown if needed, or if they had to end the series there or do something different, they could have. But now I think they bought enough time where they are going to Logtown, and so it's pretty exciting, because that's such a good moment for the series in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of stuff happened in Logtown, like both when we were there, but also in the past with Roger's execution and the people who were there and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's a lot that's going to happen there that's going to feel very epic, I think, during season 2. So it makes sense that they're going to extend that one. Chin-Ho Wong, you said, Dak, your favorite part in the final season 2 OPLA trailer? I mean, I'm going to have to pick Laboon. I feel like it's like a cop-out answer, because, like, of course I'm going to pick Laboon. If I had to pick something else, there were a few things. I almost want to rewatch it now and think about it. You know what? Hold on. Let's maybe I can check this out real quick. You guys can't hear it, can you? I'm going to skip through it so I can remember here. Oh, Luffy climbing up the mountain looked peak. Like from Drum Island, that was peak. Big fan of that. The effects looked amazing. That was another thing I really liked, particularly around 55 seconds when you see the, oh my god, the long neck dinosaur. I'm just thinking of like Land Before Time. I can't remember what it's really called, but the tall one looks great. Oh, also the little guy from Little Garden, the little spy guy that like goes into the wax house. I thought he was awesome. I don't know why, but he looked perfect. I don't know. It was so One Piece to see a little angry, what is he, like a weasel thing or like a beaver? I don't know, or not definitely not beaver. He has like a long tail, so I didn't know what he was, but some weasel thing was awesome. Let's see. Buggy looked great, of course. Laboon was obviously the most peak, but then also obviously the end where like he sees Chopper, that was the Chopper stuff probably is my favorite other than Laboon. I can tell they're gonna cook with Drum Kingdom. That's and like and to be clear, I know as much as you guys do. But if you have followed Randy's channel for a long time, I mean, well, there's a lot of stuff, you know, that he likes from One Piece, but like Drum Island and just like kind of early One Piece and stuff, like, you know, I feel like Randy's real big into that. And so the fact that Randy is one of the writers and he gets to help piece some of this together, I'm telling you, Drum Island's gonna cook. If Randy's in charge, I know he respects Drum Island the appropriate amount. The fact he's in charge, I'm telling you, it's gonna be peak. It's gotta be good. It's such a good story arc, like in and of itself. And like I said, with Randy being in charge, and I know he pays it its proper respects, it's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be fire. This is Randy's zone for sure. Exactly. Like all of the season's gonna be peak. Don't get me wrong. Everything's gonna be peak. I think this is all really good stuff. But I just think Drum Island, something about it, like the self-encapsulated story there, the fact that I think there's at least 3 episodes for it, like 3 full dedicated episodes. Like I know it's gonna hit. Like, and obviously you have a cute reindeer character. Chopper's always been the merch king, you know, whatever. So I think for the casual fans watching season 2 who are only into the live action, or maybe just started getting into One Piece or whatever because of season 1, when they see Chopper and they build that story up in Drum Island, the waterworks are gonna happen. The big moments are gonna hit like big moments. I can't like that. I don't want to say I'm more pumped for Drum Island than Laboon, because that is like blasphemous for me to say, but I almost am. I'm excited enough to flirt with that idea, you know. That's how much I'm pumped for it. So it's like Doran said, that is Randy's zone. That's like that's where Randy could be in the kitchen for me. Like whenever I think, and again, I don't know any more than you guys. I know, seriously, these guys they don't leak anything. I just think like Randy, you know, if there was one zone in the story that I could see Randy in particular cooking on, it's that. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Smoker for sure is going to look cool too. Randy loves Smoker. That's true. And actually there was a cool moment in the trailer where you saw Smoker's fists, like I forget what the attack is called, but where he shoots his fist with the smoke behind it, right? It's like I can't remember what it's called. But we see that in the trailer, and it looks good. Wapol looks good as well. I wanted to say that. Wapol looks great. Yeah, it almost makes me emotional thinking about Drum Island. Drum Island's an arc for me that whenever I look back at the story, it's one of the easiest to get me kind of choked up, just with like obviously like Chopper's whole thing, but it's more so the way that like Luffy accepted Chopper, and he's like, and Chopper's like at the end, you know, oh, I don't want to join, I would just be a burden. I forget what he says, like I don't want to, and Luffy's like, shut up and join, and like Chopper just, you know, gets real emotional. And then you have the sled moment where it's like Santa and Christmas. It's like, I just think the casual viewers are going to love that, right? The Christmas tie. I wish this could have come out a couple months ago so it was out in the Christmas season, but regardless, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Chinho Wong said Doron Randy's writing the Drum Island episodes. Is he? I know literally nothing. So I was literally just saying if Randy's in charge, I know it's gonna cook. If he's actually in charge, if he said that, which I honestly haven't been to a couple of his streams now, so I need to go on Sunday, and you guys should as well, because I need to see his reaction to this chapter. But if he actually is in charge of Drum Island, not in charge, but if he's actually involved with the Drum Island episodes, y'all, I'm telling you, they got the perfect guy, and they couldn't have done better with their pick for sure. Jay Varela, you said Summers is the new Don Flamingo, Doflamingo, pure evil, love it. Real evil guy is missing this arc. Yeah, he is. It makes it. I hate how much I hate Summers, but I do like how much I hate him in the sense that Oda's made a very hateable character, right? And there's gonna be a few of them. I feel like we're not gonna really like killing him or Imu or anything either, but yeah, Jay, it's crazy. It is crazy. He's so hateable. Chinho Wong, casual viewers thinking it's all happy sunny. Wait till they get to the Chopper backstory. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think like the casual Western viewer is going to get is going to be very in tune with this whole like lonely, cute animal has been cast aside and needs a friend, and the main character is that friend, and that animal still has some like confidence issues, but like we're pulling him out of it. And like I just think between the cute animal and the confidence story and just the sadness, and I just think the Christmas layer to it all, like that is, it's gonna hit so hard. I can't wait till season 2, but I also can't wait till season 3. And I think that's what people are going to be thinking after they see season 2 is like, damn, I didn't know the story was like this, you know? Like, I think that's maybe what's missing a little bit from season 1 is that really deep, I don't even know what to call it, but like, I would say like found family type thing. Like I think Chopper is where you really, really hear that for the first time. Like Arlong Park and Nami for sure also. But like Nami's a little bit different because she was like with the crew already before that. And so it feels a little bit different. Chopper is like, you know, a guy that we're stumbling upon who's a complete outcast and doesn't think he's going to have friends and all that. Like this is really a found family moment, like the pinnacle of it in certain ways. So can't wait. I'm excited for season 4. You know what, man? And you know, now you got me thinking about season 5. Can't wait till season 5. Katie Seagal as Kureha was such a good casting choice. I have no idea who she is, to be honest with you, but I did think whoever that was a good casting choice. She looked the part in the from what I saw. So I know a lot of people wanted Jamie Lee Curtis, and I believe they tried, but the schedules didn't work out because I'm not super familiar with this, but for those who don't know, from what I understand, the like getting actors and actresses to do roles is like impossible because the way the schedules work, because like they're already contracted to do certain shows, and even if they want to do the role and they would fit and the money's okay, like they may not just be able to make it for the right time, because sometimes when you're filming you don't know how long it's going to be or if the schedules is going to fit appropriately and all that, whatever, you know, it's like mayhem trying to get the schedules to work. So from my understanding, that's why Jamie Lee Curtis didn't get to do it. But whoever they picked looked great. Also, Wapple looked great. I think I already said that, but I just want to reiterate. He looked great. Actor for Smoker looks great. I really like Chopper's voice actor or voice actress, right? Just peak. It's just, they're just cooking. One Piece is cooking on all cylinders. Whether it's the TCG, whether it's the manga, whether it's the anime, whether it's the live action. The only thing One Piece isn't cooking on right now is the movies, because we haven't heard of a movie yet, but that should be coming soon too. So I don't know. Whenever I think about like the One Piece TCG and like the market prices of it and all that, because I'm sure you guys have seen like the prices they went way up and now they've actually gone back down a little bit. But whenever I talk to people about the TCG, that's what I always reiterate is like the IP behind One Piece is so damn good and is only ascending somehow because it's already so big that like if you're looking at the TCG for investments or whatever, it's like I don't know, like you couldn't like this is like the best, one of the best franchise. I shouldn't say the best franchise, but it's probably the best franchise for an ongoing story in a way. Because like if you look at like Pokemon or like Disney stuff and whatever, like they kind of have stories that are ongoing, but it's not like the story is the main driver of the franchise. Like at this time, like at this point for Pokemon, like people don't even think about the anime first or, you know, the manga or whatever whenever they think about Pokemon. It's all about trading cards or games or whatever, right? But for One Piece, the driver behind all of it is the story. And like people kind of wonder what's going to happen when it's over, and who knows. But as for now, it's like, man, the franchise is cooking so hard. It is insane how hard it's cooking. 25th Slayer, you said God Valley movie, dude, please. And I feel like that's kind of a hot topic. I feel like I get very like warm responses or very cold responses to that idea, but I'm all about it. And like they'd have to be careful with like how they merge it with the anime, because honestly, like a lot of the anime or the movies tend to have accompanying anime episodes anyway. They usually do filler ones. But with this being like essentially a canon movie, they'd have to think about how they're going to merge that all together so that anime watchers can still get this canon info and whatever. But I think it'd be great. I just, going back off what I said with like how the franchise is doing so well, and like I said, like with TCG, like whenever people are talking about investing in it or like why are these cards so much or whatever, like that's always the big thing. I just think like if One Piece really wanted to capitalize on that and really put it over the edge, just do a God Valley movie. Just screw it. Just do it, man. It's just try it. If the fans really don't like it and it doesn't work, then you never have to do a canon movie again. But like they're just cooking so hard, why not? Why not? Just give it a try. You know, like the manga's there for anybody who just wants to pick it up and read it that way. The anime has always meant to be, or was always meant to be, an accompanying thing with the manga, to be, you know, like a secondary source information thing. It's a way to like pull more viewers into the show because they like, you know, seeing it animated with sounds and all that kind of stuff. I feel like a movie is the right medium for that, right? Like, I don't know. And the fact they're going seasonal now too might make it easier to do this. I don't know. They'd have to do it right, but I just think it'd be so smart. Is there any canon movie from One Piece? No. Chin Ho Wong, no. There, like, you could say Strong World has a lot of canon elements, as does Film Red, but they're not, the events of the movie aren't canon. But like, Uta is canon, Shiki is canon, his fruit is canon. The place he actually was at is canon, not necessarily the version of it that we saw, but the name of the place, Merville or Merview. I forget how they translate it, but that place is canon as well. Those creatures that were there on his island are canon, or at least like, I don't know about those specific ones, but giant unknown creatures or whatever are confirmed. So like, there's a lot of canon elements, but it's not a canon movie. No. A God Valley One Piece live action movie, dude, that would be crazy. Skipping all the way ahead to God Valley for One Piece live action, that'd be wild. Trying to think, like they'd have to cast the Gods Knights, they'd have to cast, you know, young Kuma. Be crazy. Yeah, Chin Ho Wong. Canon characters and creatures, but not plots. Exactly. That's the main thing. It's not a canon plot in Strong World. Same thing with Film Red. Although, like I said, Uta is canon, and I feel like Top Musica. I don't think Top Musica specifically will be canon, but something like Top Musica is probably going to end up being canon, like some kind of demon that's summoned from another dimension or something, which it might just be Imu. But all right, guys, we have passed the 2-hour mark, so I think I'm gonna get out of here. My dogs have actually been outside the whole time. I mean, it's, you know, I think they enjoy it because it's been so cold and snowy that they haven't been outside that much. So I think they're excited. But they've been outside for over 2 hours now, so I'm gonna go get them. And what else? I gotta go get some stuff done. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on this chapter as awesome as it is. I'll probably do or I'll definitely do a redacted something on this chapter. Or like I said, maybe a stream and then I'll cut it up. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But yeah, more discussions will be had about this chapter for sure. So thank you guys as always for being here. Can't thank you guys enough. So we're on a break, so be 2 weeks to the next chapter, which is kind of sad. But either way, we got a lot to look forward to in here. Lot to look forward to here in Elbaf. Yeah, this is great. And also, one last thing. Like I said, if you are a member, make sure to go check out the community tab, because I did post last night or the night before, whatever it is, about the next TCG giveaway. It's the waifu set, EBO3. If you want to get in on some potential cards, go sign up there. I'm opening at least one box, hopefully two, and almost every card will be given away, or at least eligible to be given away. The only one I'm looking to keep are like the manga or maybe some of the SPs, but even that depends, so we'll see. But make sure you sign up. It's a really cool set, so just want to make sure everyone gets in on it if you can. And otherwise, that's it, guys. Y'all be safe, take care, and enjoy Valentine's Day, and enjoying the All-Star break. The All-Star break starts this weekend for the NBA, so enjoy it. All-Star game is a little iffy, but dunk contest, three-point contest, you know how it is. Go Spida.